Welcome back, Collective. It's been a very busy week. I actually did some more readings that I will not be uploading. I was guided not to, but I'm making up for it with this reading I'm about to do for y'all right now. Um, I guess the message I have for y'all today is there's someone out there's some of you who feel like you want to give up, and I kind of am just here to give you encouragement and tell you to not get off your horse, not stop your motion. When you do that, you create an instance where you are starting over from zero. And some of you, that's all you've known. Like you've built your castle, you've built these elaborate structures, and then like no one came to your amusement park. You built the amusement park, you had the attractions, you had food, drinks, music. No one showed up. And whatever it is you're building, whatever it is you're working on, if you are to stop completely now and get off your horse, if you stop your motion, you're going to start over with nothing, and it's like you're overlooking what you already have. Like, some of you guys literally are masons. I don't mean Freemasons, the fraternal brotherhood. I mean, some of you actually work with stones, and like some of you are architects. Some of you work with your hands. Some of you are very skilled at, some of you know how to make houses. Some of you do landscaping. Some of you may not be on the physical making houses, but some of you know how to build structure in life. Like your element of earth, you know how to build structure and foundation, and what's the word, like you know how to make a platform. So if you're thinking of giving up, if you feel like you're tired, things aren't working out, I encourage you to keep going. Walt Disney, he was told no 100 times. The guy who invented Starbucks, no one liked his logo. They told him that will never work. They told him his sign was too feminine. This was in a time when, this was like, I think like with the roaring 20s, whatever that guy's name is who made Starbucks, like all of the greatest inventors, like even the Wright brothers, Orville, whatever his name is, like all these people, they were before their time. And when you're before your time, people doubt you. People may take pity on you. They think you're dumb. People don't think you know what you're talking about. Even if you really are a genius, people will belittle it because they don't have that spark. They don't have that divine spark. That's what it comes down to. People are jealous of you because they don't have what you have. Even if you are lesser on the physical, like you don't have a brand new car, or you're still staying with family, you might not have your own house. People are still in competition with you because you have star quality. It's what's in you, not what's on you. Like how I'm wearing this hat. Anyone can wear this hat, but it's not gonna look good because I have my hair a certain way. I have my hair like this on both sides, or I could do like this, and it still looks dope. And then I could, you know what I mean? Like, just because people copy you and they have the same objects, the items as you have, doesn't mean they know how to pull it off how you do. So reading, I'm gonna start this reading. Collective, I'm gonna start this reading. I guess I'm just gonna ask the cards, what needs to be revealed to my collective at this time? What should they be aware of? What are some signs that they should be looking out for? Can we deliver some good news, some hope to sustain my collective's hearts? Thank you. Oh, we got Queen of Swords, Queen of the Thorns of Air. So if you know, swords are just your physical actions, or the actions you take on the physical. This could be you getting up and getting in the shower when you wake up. This could be you brushing your teeth. This could be you just standing and staring out the window. But the actions you were taking physical, as you can see, we have this divine figure, this queen with the goddess above her with wings holding a severed head. So you probably just, not probably, you have just embarrassed somebody. Like someone was on your top, someone was playing in your face, and you delivered like quick, swift justice. It may not have been something you were aware of doing in the moment, but like you had a conversation with someone. Let's say you were talking about like bags of sand, and someone was like, well, collective doesn't know how to weigh and measure bags of sand. I've been measuring the sand since I was a little boy, and it's like no one cares how good you are at measuring sand, bro. Like this person isn't even getting paid to do this thing that they're upset about, but you could have just like shared your opinion. You could have just like told someone, hey, the way you think about alchemy is false. Here's the proper way. And they knew you were telling the truth because this person knows you are a queen. This person knows you are a high priestess. You are magical. You have these gifts. People know that. But when it comes from you, their ego gets offended. Their demons like lash out. And that's probably what if you recently like collective, if you recently had this conversation with someone and you were like, hey, like, I see where you're coming from, but you showed them like the more in-depth, like the actual truth. Some people, they look at the world from a very shallow lens. They have not dove in deep into themselves. Some people still follow religion, which is fine if you do, but if you know, religion is the sandlot. That is the starting point. Like being a human, this is the new file save. You need to go forward from there. You are advanced, so you do know alchemy. You know how to transmute. You know science theory. You could break down how molecules and shit work for someone back and forth. You could have a talk with a Harvard scholar, and you may not even have this like degree or training, but you know what you're talking about. So you humbled someone. Basically, you cut their head off. Whoever this person was, they may have made a bet. They may have been talking to other people like, I'm gonna bring up such and such to collective and embarrass them because they don't know what they're talking about. Well, you do know what you're talking about. You have severed this head. Whoever this talking head was, that's another thing. A talking head. So I'm not talking about Menenagles, the beings that can split their torso from their body and fly around and grow bat wings. Yes, these are real beings. A talking head in the sense I'm saying is like, this is someone who doesn't have a real stance. They don't actually have an opinion. They might just be stirring the pot, trying to get some shit, this person is a shit starter. That they just want to see something interesting happen. They're bored with their life. They're not doing anything meaningful. They just want to see something happen and it's fun to them. Some people have this personality trait. You might call it a trickster, but tricksters actually serve a purpose. This person is just an asshole, right? So this person, they may have an anonymous account where they talk shit. This person, this karmic, they may also they may wear a mask. Some people get on the internet and they have fake names. They have a pseudonym. This person, this might be another known content creator who's coming against some of you. Some of you watching this are readers yourselves. You have your own channel. You do tarot. You do readings. You do healing, whatnot. If you've been coming against people who are like, not blatantly disrespecting you, but people are coming in, they're kind of like asking you too many questions, or like they're like, you sense the doubt, that's because you have a talking head around you. This is just someone, again, they don't give a fuck. They don't care about you or your situation. You just happen to be the target, but they just want to see something happen. So this person is running their fucking mouth, just saying whatever. Oh, collective still wets their bed at 27. Collective hasn't had a job in over 6 months. I wonder where they're getting money from. And then it's like the side eye, and the people are like, it doesn't matter. But the fact that this person is doing it is making people curious, where they're like, well, maybe you are up to something. You have people very curious about you at this time. So we had the Queen of Swords. These are your physical actions again. You have severed this karmic's head. You have basically enlightening them to their bullshit, and their ego can handle it. Let's pull some more cards. Queen of Wands. Oh my God. We have Queen of Wands, Queen of Throne of Flames. This queen is holding a scepter and her crown is on fire. So ladies, gents, you are on fire. You are coming off as very sexy right now. I'll get more into this card, but you are so very attractive at this time. Like you always have been. You've always had it in you, not what's on you. Like I said earlier, you have always been this guy, this gal. You have always been attractive, sexy. You have always been intelligent. But at this time, it's like people are seeing these traits in you like more. It's like if someone was doing spell work before to try to like, not destiny swap in the way of taking, like, say you buy a house, someone wants the house, someone wants the deed to the house so they can live there instead of you. Well, someone has been destiny swapping in the sense of they want to be seen how you're seen. So they've been like pulling at your energy and nagging you to get you to respawn, and this has been failing because you do love yourself and you do take care of yourself and you have high confidence. Your solar plexus is active. That orange bright light is like, I can see it's like a bright orange light. Some of you also do work with lava and or just very experienced with fire, which is, so your willpower, your fire has not gone out. Through all the attacks you've been through, your fire has not gone out. You've been standing in the rain ablaze, and people are like, doesn't water usually put fire out? No, bitch, it doesn't. Not in this case. Collective knows what the fuck they're doing. So with this Queen of Wands, Wands are what? Your spiritual actions, your creative actions. Um, with your spiritual actions, you have this queen energy. So, like, again, you see the scepter here, this big ball, or like a hammer. Like, that motherfucker comes down. You've been swinging. You beheaded this karmic, and now you're swinging your hammer. And I mentioned this in an earlier reading, like about a month ago. Um, there's a queen. She's a high priestess. It doesn't mean you're a female, a woman. But if you are this high priest or high priestess, you have been dishing out justice, and you have full authority. Let me turn my car off. I'm sorry. You have full authority to not attack people, but to bring it, like, you're bringing it full circle. You are showing people, like, listen. And the thing that's so cold about you, collective, is like your heart has not shrunk. You have not grown cold. If you had actually done that, if you had gone that route and started attacking people out of like anger, there's still anger there. You're bringing people to justice through your anger. But if you had detached completely, gone cold heart, became a monster like they wanted you to, you would actually be suffering a lot of more losses. But because you kept your humanity intact, and you're not acting out of ego or revenge, you're just doing this as literally like this is the consequence. You fuck with me, this is the price you pay. You touched my shit when I told you not to, now you have this fucking hefty fine to pay. This is what you're doing. I'm gonna pull some more cards. Collective, this is a good reading. This is like, all I'm saying is you are showing signs of evolution, your higher self. We can be so caught up in like, oh, like I have school, I have work, I'm a mother, I'm a father, I'm a brother, or I gotta take care of these bills. I gotta make this money. I gotta ride with my peace in this dangerous area to protect myself. But you are divinely protected at this time. You always have been, but your angels are on standby. I hear Sandalphon, Uriel, Jophiel. I'm still shuffling, y'all. The point I'm making though is you have shifted your focus to higher aligned truths. So yes, you still go to school, or yes, some of you work several jobs. You may take care of children, or you have your own children that you're taking care of, but you have started to focus on the bigger picture. Like, why were you sent to this earth? What purpose did God create me for? How do I serve my community outside of just going to work? What can I do to help others? How can I help myself? How can I get in position? This has been your mindset. They said not this. This is not even a card. Wow. So, sorry. I'm just looking at people in the park. They're playing frisbee golf, if you know what that is. Four of Swords. Lord of Rest from Strife. Again, swords, physical actions. We have four of them. Lord of Rest of Strife. So you are getting a big break. Some of you are, I called it before, some of you are going on vacation. Some of you are just getting a simple staycation at home, but you won't have to worry about animals or children. You literally have the home to yourself. And some of you need this time so you can literally just like do self-care. Some of you don't even want to leave your state or country. You literally just want time to like go to the spa. You want a few days off of work, or like some of you may be getting like an extended period of time off of work. It won't necessarily be you being fired. It may be something like, oh, like there's an internal complaint and they need you to step away from the job. It may seem scary. Like I just want you to know you're not getting fired if this is you. Some of you work in corporate, or you're in a position where like there's paperwork being done, there's a case or something, someone started some shit at work, you're not being laid off. They're just giving you like literally space away from the job because they know that you bring value there. For the person who's dealing with the karmic at work that reported them or is like starting shit, that person may actually be getting laid off, and by the time you come back there will be new energy, that you'll have new coworkers. And I'm not allowed to go further into that, but you know who you are. So again, with the Lord of Rest from Strife, strife is not just you being attacked, the people who have been coming against you, like we called out earlier, like this dumbass that's trying to like prove how they're just in the ego. This person, they see what you do, they're aware, they be spying on you, they be sending flying monkeys or watching you through portals and mirrors or coming to you in dreams, whatever. And this person basically just wants to prove that they know more than you. Well, with this card, Queen of Swords, you severed that head, so that talking head is done. That gossiper, naysayer is done spreading gossip about you. Queen of Wands, you have this hammer, you have justice on your side, or you are dispensing justice. And then this strife, sometimes the strife is just mental anguish. Sometimes strife, like stra, like strength, if. What is if? Knife. It's also a sword. So it's like you you know, if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. So the way you have been cutting things, the way you have been wielding your sword, you are getting a rest from. Some of you, a lot of you in here are warriors, but you don't have the combat role right now, which means, yes, on the physical, you won't be throwing hands. For y'all that get down like that, no shame. If you got to check them up, if someone's talking to you crazy, and especially if you with your girl, sometimes you have to handle that. I would always say walk away, choose peace and love. But if you're really in a position where you have to defend yourself, you don't have to deal with that right now. You don't have the combat role. So even in terms of spiritual warfare, you are not on the battlefield. People, it's like a warrior with a sword, bloodthirsty, is on the field, and they walk right past you. You're just over there, la la la, blowing bubbles. This person sees you. They can feel how they want. They can aim their sword at you. They can load their gun, put bullets in it, aim it. The fucking gun is gonna malfunction. Like, that shit's gonna blow up in their face. If they try to let's say someone sees you and they're so triggered that you're in your peace, that you're resting, that you're not that their attacks aren't working, and they actually do try to attack you again, you're gonna see it, and like this person is gonna get like a very humbling moment, like that tower moment collapse. All the shit they've been doing is gonna collapse in on them. Let's pull some more cards. I also got my Mystic Martian Tarot deck. We have, like, you know, the Anunnaki and stuff in there. Some of you need to learn more about your starseed, and Google is not really the best place. You're really gonna have to find other starseeds. You're gonna have to talk to your ancestors. Some of you are too reliant on ChatGPT. I'm not gonna bash it. It is a powerful tool. And yes, ChatGPT, it is biased, but if you know what you're doing, if you know how to program, like, it's like your algorithm on social media. If you know how to program it, you won't just get slop and like corn. You'll get actual meaningful, authenticated information, not just Fox News. Like, someone is going to Fox News and you're going straight to source, but you need to find out, like, source we call, you know, source is the divine feminine, as we call it. Well, source also has a mother. Source also has a source that she pulls from. So you're tapping into this. You just need to go deeper. You need to connect with other starseeds on the physical. I don't mean online. Like, you need to be with community and tribe. If you already have these people around you, then you're ahead of the curve. But for the rest of you, you need to be in community. You need to be around like-minded people at this time. When you're resting, you don't need to be, where'd it go? Lord of Rest from Strife. When you're resting, you don't need to be reaching out to these people that have weird energy. Even if you don't have complete confirmation that so-and-so has attacked you or so-and-so is doing work on you, if you feel that weird energy, like, I don't know about this person, just don't explore it. Just walk away. Walk away. Get your rest. The only thing that can interrupt your rest is you choosing to give people your time, which I've said it, it's out there, it's in the conscious now, people are aware of it. If while you are on your break from work, or, you know, you're on your vacation or your staycation, and you are choosing to answer your phone, you're choosing to go back and forth in text, you're choosing to send paragraphs, you're gonna be picking up the sword and you will be going back into combat. So I would just be careful. Just put the sword down, lay low for a bit, get off the internet, delete your socials, just woosah, right? We're gonna pull some more cards. Oh my God, shuffle. Oh. The whole stack fell out. Not the whole stack, but the whole, okay. It says shuffle this stack right quick. Putting this stack down. We have a smaller stack here that fell out. What needs to be revealed to my collective? What should they know at this time? We have the devil, but it did not pop out. Yeah, I just keep seeing it in the deck. It's like standing out. We'll see if it comes out. You guys can't see the back of my cards, but the devil has, like, you know, appeared several times and it's standing out to me. Again, it hasn't fallen out, so I'm not going to pull it. But something that came to me last night, which people should know. Again, like I said earlier, some people are still at the starting point of their journey. It doesn't matter if they're older than you. It doesn't matter if they have more material possessions than you. Some people are jealous simply because you know who you are. Even if you haven't learned your Ren, which is your true name, even if you don't know which deity you actually are the reincarnation of, or that you have become in this lifetime the face of that, you still, like, on just the emotional, spiritual level, you know who you are. You know what makes you tick. You know your strengths. You know your weaknesses. You know that you're not perfect, but you're perfect in the way God created you, and you really step with your best foot forward every day. Both of your feet are your best one. You're ambidextrous. Metaphorically, you're ambidextrous. You can go left hand, you can go right hand. You can mix it up. You could say fuck the left and right and do something completely different. You might be working on inventing a whole new system. I would keep that to yourself at this time. But with the devil, for those of you who don't know, the devil, it's not a guy with red horns and a pitchfork that's making everyone's life miserable. Yes, there are spirits that go around doing that, but that's more so something you're attracting. The devil is your lower self. The devil is also a nation. Like, who did King Saul fight in the Bible? The Philistines. Those were devilish people. They had idols. They had witchcraft. There's nothing necessarily wrong with having idols or practicing witchcraft. We're not witch hunting on this channel. It's fine if you're a witch, but there are bad and good witches, right? The problem is when these idols, which are usually man-made, become someone's god. When someone stops going to the Most High, when they cut off their connection to the divine, to source, and they are looking to another man or to another, it could be Baal, which that's a whole nother, this is going to be a long read. Basically what I'm saying about the devil is your root chakra, which is your lower self. So you know how the Bible says Lucifer, Satan, the devil, he cannot create. He can only replicate and destroy. Or people say demons come to kill, destroy, and steal. That's what they do. Well, that is true. When you're in your lower self, which, you know, your root chakra, which is your sexual organ, that's the center, or, you know, some people don't, let me break it down like this. Some people don't understand what chakras are. Your chakras are basically a key. The key unlocks a gate inside your body. So your sexual and creative energy, two sides of the same coin, is called the sacral chakra. It's located in your belly button, right above your root, above your sexual organ. This is the center or the key in your body that is responsible for you being creative and sexual. When you are in your root chakra, in your base primal form, focused on survival, you do not have the focus to create anything. So that means if we follow the 6 axis of the universe, there are 6 known processes which are to occur. There's creation, destruction, and so forth. If we follow this path of these 6 processes, there are only 6. There are only 6 things in creation that you can get, that you can put in and get out, and also create or destroy, right? Creation, destruction, slowing, acceleration, things like that. If you are in your root chakra focused on survival, and you don't have the power to create, you don't have the focus, naturally you might turn to crime. Naturally you might turn to attacking people. Naturally you're going to be in a low vibration, doing low vibrational things around low vibrational people. And we know that as humans, when we let negative energies linger for too long, we can create a grudge. A grudge can create a curse. A curse can create a sentient force of energy, sometimes known as a demon, a haint, a revenant, a poltergeist, whatever. When these things linger for too long and they stay in our body without being cleansed or purified, transmuted, we become demons. We become our lowest self. We enter that pigeonhole which the devil should be in, and we take his spot. So if you're someone who's watching this and none of this makes sense, basically, we're not going by the definition in the Bible that, oh, the devil is a man in pitchforks ruining the world. He's attacking God's children. Well, when you are in your lower self, you are attacking the body of God because you're not taking care of your temple. Why are you, as a divine being or even as a human, if you don't subscribe to the notion of star seeds or extraterrestrials, if you think it's all nonsense, why are you not taking care of your vessel? It doesn't mean you have to be in the gym 5 days a week. Just why are you not eating right? Why do you not love yourself, right? Why are you in such a low vibration that you are attacking, that you are becoming this like negative cool, right? I digress. I'm gonna keep going. I feel like I had to educate some people on that. We have the high priestess, y'all, the priestess of the silver star. This priestess also has horns on their helmet. Horns are not just a symbol of power, but they are like maturity. Horns are typically associated with goats or with the devil, but for those of y'all who know, beings who have horns are guardians. They are warriors. You don't have the warrior role right now, even though you still very much are. But this high priestess, you have been dispensing justice. You have been educating people just like how I had to do just now. And you can feel how you want. You know, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. If you feel triggered, leave a comment and let me know why I'm wrong. We can talk about it. You can email me at musesiren33@gmail.com, mussyn@gmail33, whatever. I'll leave it in the description. So high priestess, you are talented. You have these gifts. It goes beyond ESP. People like to say psychic as like a general like spiritual sense, like, oh, you can talk to animals, you can make things levitate, but like these gifts go a lot deeper than just telepathy, like hearing others' thoughts, mind reading. Like that is just the starting point of what is possible for a human to do. When animals, trees, the grass you walk on every day, even the rock on the side of the road that your car, the fucking pebble that you rolled over and didn't notice that, you know, on the side of the road, all of these things have energy. All of these things have gifts and powers too. I think I'm just saying, like, you are not alone. And there's someone who just recently was initiated to become a high priestess. You passed your test, you have gained this rank and title, and you are seeing that, like, you're starting to see how big this world really is. It's a small world because everyone knows each other. We are all more or less related, family on one side or the other, whether you're disagreeable or agreeable. We're all family in one sense or another. But you're starting to see that, wow, like, I've been this small fish in the big pond, or you've been a big fish in the small pond, but then you look across the street and there's like a even bigger lake, not a pond, but a lake, or there's a river, and you're like, I didn't know all these types of species. I didn't know all these type of things existed. Well, it seems you have a mentor, or you are the mentor, and you're basically going to have people around you that can like verify your knowledge. The danger of walking in a cult or spiritual path is a lot of times it is just you and your thoughts. And because of the thing called confirmation bias, a lot of people, they do not know how to check. A lot of people don't know how to find information if it's not ChatGPT or Google. You can't rely on Google search or even Bing or Firefox or even sometimes the deep web for information. You have to tap into like the nexus grid of consciousness and talk to these spirits. You have to approach them, leave offerings, get to know them, develop the relationship. You need to talk to your ancestors. You need to talk to wise sages and hermits. You can contact people from the past. You can contact any philosopher. You have this gift. You may be scared because you don't necessarily know a safe way to deal with spirits, but I'm going to give y'all the method that was taught to me, and it's just a verification method. When you are talking to any spirit, even if the voice sounds just like your great-grandmother and you know that's her voice, still, you're going to ask that spirit to verify. You're just going to say, verify. If that spirit tells you a name, it may say, hey, I'm your great-great-grandma, I love you. Say, well, if you're my great-great-grandma, tell me something only my great-great-grandma would know about me. Don't leave that part out. Don't say, tell me something only great-great-grandma would know. That spirit can say anything. Say, tell me something only my great-great-grandma would know about me, right? If they cannot answer it, I would just walk away. Cut communication, because you're talking to a trickster, you're talking to a demon. You may be talking to something that is impersonating, and that can be a whole list of different things. But yeah, you are the high priestess. You recently completed an alchemy test, which you may have been unaware of. I'm not allowed to talk about that. Something with the high priestess is, from my own experience being in this role or having this energy, you sit on a sort of throne, which you see here, the high priestess is sitting on a fucking throne, and You have the sun and the moon above her, and again, she has these horns, and she has the lyre on her, the instrument on her arm. You have a position that people recognize, so you're going to have to be comfortable stepping into this authority. You're going to have to be comfortable correcting people, which you have, because where'd it go? You severed this head. You told someone off, basically. You didn't curse them out, but you told someone, hey, like, you're wrong. This is the proper way, and they can handle it. But that talking head is done. When you come from a place of authority, you shouldn't be exerting it on other people. You should apply it to yourself. Always check yourself first. It doesn't matter if someone is sitting in your face lying, going, like, sorry, I spit. It doesn't matter if someone is in your face blowing raspberries, spitting, shitting themselves, pissing themselves. Always check yourself first. Temperature check, mind check. Just make sure you're straight. You don't want to use authority in a place of ego or from a place of like, oh, I'm getting revenge, or oh, I'm going to punish you. What you consider justice may not be just at all. And as the high priestess, you have this sort of big brother, big sis energy. And like, you may be younger than your coworkers, you may be smaller than a lot of people, but they still look up to you because they may not know what you do, but you do have this role. You are the high priestess. So when you're sitting on your throne, you want to sit pretty. You don't need to be gossiping or going back and forth, even mentally, like, oh, the karmic said this, karmic said that, my enemy is fucking plotting. Like, no, sit pretty, keep your head held high, dispense justice fairly, leave your ego. When you sit on the throne, leave your ego at the door. When you step into this position of power, which you have now, leave your bullshit at the door, or you will also, because you have this position, you have a lot more power and spiritual gifts at your disposal. So if you're abusing this power, you will get justice too. Even if you think you're doing what's right, you have to be aware of you have to be aware of how much power you have to be aware of your influence at this time. You cannot just be in this world just willy-nilly. Like, you have to hold your head high. You have to be aware of who you are at all times. When you make decisions, check again, double check, make sure. Let me pull some more cards. What is important for collective to know, right? They said pick up the whole deck. What is important for collective to know right now, cards? And it said, oh, the sun. Don't pull it. Okay, I'm gonna keep shuffling. What is important for my collective to know right now? They have this position of power that they are not used to. And I'm gonna keep shuffling, but I know I'm just yapping. I love talking to you guys. Y'all get me. The thing with, if you have a problem with power, or like, you don't want to be mean or rude, you have a father wound. The father wound is basically like, the father tends to be the more relaxed parent. The mother is usually the strict one, right? You may have a problem with like, oh, like, I don't want to seem too harsh, or I don't want to do too much. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I don't want to step on toes. I don't want to come off a certain way. Well, you are the high priestess. You have this role. You are, in a sense, a cosmic judge, not an arbiter, but you are a judge in a sense, and you have this throne, metaphysical, spiritual. Some of you actually are connected to bloodlines where you can go on the physical and sit in the throne in someone's house or in a castle that belongs to you. It's in the deed. You are on the deed for that property, and you may not know that. Talk to your ancestors. But that father wound is basically just like, it's the parent that doesn't want to discipline the child because they don't want to lose the connection. You're too worried about losing favor or grace, or you want to be seen in a certain light, and you're afraid, if I start disciplining people, if I start calling people out, I'm not going to be the fun friend anymore. People are going to take me too serious. Well, in this time, you need to take yourself serious. Don't lose your whimsy. Still, you can crack jokes, but when you are embodying this energy, it won't be like, when you are channeling a certain role, when you're doing rituals, it's not always, you just need to know balance of when it is time to play and when it is time to, yes, fetch me that pill of water, boy. Like, Like, you have to know when to turn it on and off, basically, and that is your key. Just know when and when not. Know what is and know what isn't at all times. Know thyself, especially at all times. And I'm still shuffling, guys. Nothing's coming out. Card. Is this message done? Do we have? Let's say pull a few more cards. Oh, 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 oh! Oh my God! Stop. Cards falling everywhere. We have Three of Pentacles, Lord of Material Work. I see thorns, flowers, wheels, hands. This is, see, you passed your alchemy test. You have like that won't let me say it. You have your not alchemist stone. You guys know what I'm trying to say. They won't let me say it. Every time I try to talk about it, if I feel like it gets blocked, simply because I may not know what the fuck I'm saying. So I'm just gonna shut up. But this Three of Pentacles, the work you've been doing on the physical, the material, the things you've been doing materially. Sorry, I'm like there's just a lot coming in. Basically, I'm sorry, y'all. Give me a moment. They said pick another card. Okay. I got you. Yep. We got the devil. We got the devil. I will get back to the card. They just said not right now. Just move on. Just keep it going. We have the devil. So, again, lords of the gates of matter. Yes, there are demons in this world. Yes, there are creatures that go bumping in the night. Yes, there are jinn. There are all types of disagreeable spirits or spirits that are known to cause problems for humanity. Thieves, murderers, all that shit. But the devil is really just your lower self. Something you can weed out. A lot of times you can weed out people attacking you if you keep yourself in check. A lot of people, especially newly awakened starseeds, or people who just gained their wings, just became angels, y'all have a habit of saying, I didn't do anything. I didn't do nothing. Well, Zia the Seer pointed this out in his most recent reading. Even if you smile at someone, which yes is a kind gesture, you may have no ill intent, you still did something. So it's improper to say you did nothing. It's more proper. What you really mean is you didn't do anything which would harm this person, right? You did nothing to harm them. Well, some people are just assholes. Some people just woke up on this wrong side of the bed, and that's how they've been their whole life. So you may have just simply walked in the room, said, hey, what's up, smiled at people, and someone took offense to it. So yes, you have been fighting devils, not literal demons with red pitchforks and I'm gonna put you in a stew and eat you. No, but you've been fighting people in their lower nature. And one way you can really weed this out and stop this, just to nip it in the bud, is you need to raise your vibration. Well, yes, new levels, new devils. Sometimes you will be attacked for raising your vibration because people can't handle the energy. They feel inferior. You can nip this back and forth in the bud with these low vibrational people by simply removing yourself and not responding in base energy. If you respond to low vibration with the low vibration, you're fighting fire with fire. Fire can harm fire, but that fire is going to keep burning, and it just produces smoke. And that gets to the point where someone may want to put hands on you, or you may want to put hands on them because there's all this smoke. Usually people are okay with fighting fire with fire, that back and forth, until they see smoke, because that's like, think of what smoke is. It's a signal. It's obstructing the view. If someone is committed to setting this fire with you, and you're just, I guess I'll set a fire here because you're caught up in this like cat and mouse game with them. You may think it's cute. You may see them as prey even. A lot of times karmics, they come in, they think they are better than you. They think they're smarter than you. They think they're stronger than you. They think they know more than you. They are trying to harm you in one way or another. Even if it's just mentally, they are trying to cause you pain. They look down on you, and they don't know that they're fucking with something that they're not prepared to handle, right? You know this. You know you could get this person out of here. You know you can call your spirits. You know you can call your ancestors, but you're showing mercy. But you need to stop doing this back and forth with these low vibrational spirits and people, because when the smoke produces, when that smoke comes out, now someone is ready to shoot about it. Now someone is ready to spin on you. And now you're like, oh, like, and that's something that immature star seeds and chosen ones deal with. You still are probably fighting people or getting in fights, right? Or you just got out of a fight and it's like, well, I didn't do anything. I'm just, and it's like, no, you're still doing something. You need to completely disengage. Just walk away. Stop engaging. Stop going back and forth with this fucking karmic. Stop responding and stop doing shit on the spiritual, fucking with this person because they're fucking with you. Just walk away, dead it. Ignore it. Don't talk about it. And don't focus. Where focus flows, energy goes. So don't focus on it. Use your solar plexus. Focus simply. You have so much life to live that, like, you don't need to at this time at all, or even in general, be focused on these karmics. You don't need to be focused on, oh, well, they attacked me or they hurt my feelings, and every time I come around, they're being weird. It doesn't matter. It truly doesn't matter. And the reason why, for some of you, this pattern persists is simply because you are choosing to focus on it. You are giving it energy. You're giving it life. And for some of the karmics, they know they can't do anything to you. There's some karmics, they don't know who you are, but there are some others, they're a bit more mature. They've been in the game for a while. They know the different classifications. They know what the archetypes and ranks are. They know you have these powers, but they know they can get under your skin. And every time you react, your nervous system lights up. And then guess what? You're stuck in the same cycle mentally, and you're stuck in that loop. So for some of you, you literally are just feeding someone. They may not actually dislike you. Sometimes people come at you as the devil simply because they want your energy. They're feeding on you. They think it's entertaining. Just how sometimes we are the earth angels, some of us are carnivorous, or some of us are more apex beings. We find it generally amusing when someone thinks they can take from us or fuck with us, especially when someone is plotting on your life. That shit is cute. They're fucking harmless. There's nothing. We know there's nothing they can do to us, but you can't play that cat and mouse game anymore. Like, you can find it amusing, but you can't respond to it. And for some of you, you're dealing with a very, like, enigmatic figure. This is someone that may be ancient. This is someone that has been around the block. They're not evil, but they like to fuck with you because you give them the response. If you start responding, the attacks will stop. And sometimes the reason why this also keeps happening is because in this game called life, we have opposing forces, but guess what these opposing forces do? It's not as simple as good and evil, or, oh, that person shot so-and-so's brother, so he went and got him back, got revenge. Like, yes, there is consequence to action. There is cause and reaction, but sometimes it's just evolution. Sometimes you need to be pushed. Sometimes our guides will put people in our lives to test us so that we can evolve. Some of you have been attacked for so long that has become your identity, and you think like everyone is out to get you. And that's for you who'll be getting this rest now. Where'd it go? It was a Four of Swords. It was the card that said Lord of Rest from Strife. So you have evolved to this point simply because you have been attacked. As much as it sucks, as much as pain you've been put through, you've been put through these things simply so you can learn the game, so you know how to attack and defend. Some of you let the attack some of you kind of have a spirit that like invites it because you're curious, because you want to know how these things work. You may have asked, like, you may have said, God, teach me how curses work. Well, now you have people cursing you. Figure it out. Some of you like to analyze spells like that. Some of you literally have developed a really extensive spell bag because you have been attacked for so long. If you learn how these things work, you analyze it, you break it down, you say, oh, they're using mercury, they're using lead, they're going to the crossroad, they're saying this chant, and now you know how to do it yourself. So, I mean, be careful what you ask for. You can always step away. You can always cancel the contract. You don't have to be this like solo, rugged individual your whole life. Like, you can join the party. You don't always have to be the wallflower. We choose who we want to be every day. And some of you guys, like, I'm talking to the chosen, some of you guys are just so committed to playing this role of like, I'm the black sheep. Like, yes, chosen, you are the black sheep. Even when you try to fit in, like, even no, you sorry. Let me slow down. You don't try to fit in and you don't care, but it's like some of y'all are so committed to this role. Like, oh, I'm a chosen, I'm special, I'm God's child. It's like you're still just a person. Like, it doesn't make you any better than someone who doesn't work with God. Like, you were on this experience and path because of a wish that you wanted to fulfill. You may not remember, but you asked to be here. We all did. You wanted to come to this planet Key, also known as Earth, for a specific reason. And you have been assigned to a family, which is like having a clearance, like a security clearance. You were placed in a certain family because they gave you the tools you needed. They gave you certain qualities and shit that you would need to progress. You have attracted certain karmics. You've been attacked by certain people. You've been around the wrong people so that you can learn the signs of the right people. You have experienced evil so that you can learn what's good. You have experienced hatred so you could learn what is love. And now you're at this point where you can choose differently. You don't have to learn these lessons at this time. You have evolved. You've learned your lessons, but if you choose to keep going back in these cycles, well, it's going to keep producing that. So it's really up to y'all at this time. Like, do you want to keep learning how spells work? Do you want to keep getting attacked so you can learn defense? Do you want to keep working this 9-to-5 that you hate, but because you need money? The divine will provide for you, and there's always another way. Some of you have been told to leave these positions. Some of you have been told to walk away from this family member or this ex or this girlfriend, boyfriend, cousin, brother, whoever. And ultimately you can say, well, I don't have the money or I'm not able. But the fact that you're still where you are, you're choosing that. So for some of you, someone is literally being sent in your life to come and get you. If you choose not to go with them, that is up to you. If you choose, I'm comfortable here. Yeah, they keep attacking me, and but I kind of like, well, that's your choice. Just don't complain when that train comes and goes and you're still stuck here. You have to move when spirit says move. If God tells you go outside and do 3 jumping jacks, go do 3 jumping jacks. Like, you never know why or what is happening, for what reason. We can see the signs, we can interpret, we can ask, but ultimately you just need to follow the patterns and accordingly. I've been yapping for a minute. I'm about to end this reading, y'all. Look, we have the magician. A magician is just someone who casts illusions, but in terms of doing spells, in terms of actually like wielding power, doing things in spirit, using these different gifts and such, is not necessarily magic as we say, but you are a magical being. You are a mystic. You are ascended. You are working on transcending off of this planet at this time. We already pulled the devil. We got 10 of Wands, Lord of Oppression. Some of you live somewhere or around people that no matter how much work you do, no matter how much you cleanse yourself, no matter how much you pray, these people don't change. And it's because they might be possessed by an oppressive spirit. You can love, they say, love the sinner, hate, they say hate the sin, not the sinner. So yes, you may love this person. Like, this could literally be like your long lost brother, and you've been searching for them, and they're, they've always been kind of fucky. They always do some shit to you, but you love them. What you're not seeing is like, yeah, this person is sent there to do that. It may be someone you love dearly. Like, it could be your wife. It could be your children. Some people have demon babies. Some people have karmic children. This spirit of oppression, it targets all of us. It's not just targeting like one person. There are targeted individuals in here, but like, people being gang stalked, but like, there's just a very heavy spirit of oppression that comes against the chosen. And it's really just to discourage you. Like, if you're having a good day and then someone like cuts you off in traffic and now you're just in a shitty mood and you carry that all day. Well, yeah, that was sent to you on purpose. This person that you love, but they're always doing some weird shit to you, or they're always fucking things up for you. Well, you need to let that go. That is an oppressive person. Some of you need to physically move out of your house, because even if you were cleansing the land, cleansing the house, saging, wiping the walls with vinegar and fucking cinnamon, all that shit, sometimes it is literally just the location you need to move. Even Jesus of Nazareth had to leave his hometown in Jerusalem or Bethlehem before he was recognized as a prophet. So some of y'all need to leave your hometown, or some of you've moved out your hometown, but you're in a situation where you're in a place where there's a lot of people who just don't see eye to eye with you. And there's always friction. It's love, but there's always friction. Well, get out that environment. You are needing to, at this time, look at the whole picture. Look at your growth. Look at the wider picture of